Good morning, my wonderful students. My name is Oduma Vivian. I still remain your home economics teacher. I am here to teach the JSS3 students their fourth week topic. Yes, but before then, I would like to let you know that I miss you so much. I so much miss you, and I know you all are missing school. Not to worry. Please always go online, study your notes, and write your assignment. Very important. Write your assignment and get ready for your CB test. It is very, and always remember to practice your safety measures by washing your hands regularly with soap and water, sanitize them, use your face mask, nose mask if you are going out. Are you getting? All right. Remember, in our last topic, our third week topic, we discussed child development and care one. Today we are going to discuss child development and care two. Yes, child development and care two. Yes, and I want at the end of this lesson, all the students should be able to mention the common ailments, common childhood ailments, that is common sickness we can see in children. Do you understand? Now, the second one is that you will be able to list the immunization for children, the various immunization you can give to a child. Are you getting it? Yes, that is what we are going to study today. Now, let us go down and see. These are the common ailments in children. We have colic, we have constipation, we have diarrhea, we have napping rash. These are the common ones. They are very common. So that when you see them, you will not start shivering and say, what is happening to my child? And this and that. What is colic then? This is caused by cramp in the intestines of the body of the baby. This causes the baby real discomfort or pain. It is common during the first 3 to 4 months. Now listen, if you have seen a newborn baby, you will notice that the baby will be shrinking. Some of them will be crying constantly. Is because of the navel. The cramp do happen around the navel. Do you understand? The navel is trying to lose. As a baby, as a fetus in the womb, the whole thing has tied together. It's eating through the mother. But now, the baby has come out. It had to be eaten through his or her mouth. Now, the navel or the intestine need to lose, and the big intestine had to stay separate, and the small intestine had to stay separate. So, on the process of trying to lose, what we call colic will come in, and the baby will not find it easy, will not find it comfortable as the process is taking place. Is that taken? That is what we call colic. So that are the first 3 to 4 months of the childbearing. That baby is not always finding it very, very easy. Sometimes in the hospital, they will give you some medication in order to subsidize the pain, not to stop it, because it is a normal process a child must undergo. Do you understand? That is the common ailment number 1. Number 2 is constipation. This involves the passing of hard stool at long interval, not passing at all. Do you understand? It could be common with babies that are feeding with bottle. Now, listen, let me explain. I want to tell you that this, you see baby that is feeding with breast milk. That is why they always tell us in the hospital that breast milk is the best. Do you understand? With a child, if you are feeding your child with only breast milk, it's very hard for the child to have this constipation. But if you are feeding your child with milk, all these are bottle feeding, Sometimes the child will stay like 2 days, 3 days, the child will not be able to toilet, and it is not good. It can kill a child. Do you understand? And when such happens, there's a way you go about it. You have to meet your doctor, and your doctor will put you through. It's not something you can do. Remember, we are talking of small baby here, small baby of 3 to 4, 5 months. They are still not strong. So you need a gynecologist. The gynecologist will now put you through on how to go about it, and the child will be able to stool. Is that clear? All right. Now, another one is diarrhea. This one is, whether we like it or not, it must come, because based on what the mother eats, if you are giving breast milk, the child is born to have diarrhea, because sometimes we mothers we like sweet mouth, and when we are eating sweet mouth, it's not always good or it's not always good for the newborn baby when they are sucking it from breast. And even if you're not giving them breast milk and we are using bottle feeding, remember, all those food, they are sweet. Do you understand? Sometimes one thing or the other might cause the baby to be stooling, diarrhea. Do you understand? This is a sudden increase in the number of bowel movements, especially if they are loose and watery. Sure, you understand? The people will be watery. Sometimes they will say, the child is teething. Just like what my doctor would always tell me. I could remember my first experience when I gave birth to my first child. I would tell, they say my baby is teething. That's why he's pooping. And my doctor was like, teething is not a disease. Bacteria must have caused this child this stooling like this. So let us find out the bacteria that is involved. So we had to run tests on my child, and at the end of the day, the test result came out. He gave me medication. Immediately I applied the medication, the whole thing stopped, and my baby sits neatly with that problem. Do you understand? Some old women, as in all these, I believe, they say, the child is teething, that's why he's pooping like this. Go and give the child this, go and give the child that. My dear, it is not proper to self-medicate for those small children. Go to your doctor, meet a pediatrician, the doctor that studied about these children. Immediately he sees them, he knows what and what to offer or to give them. And immediately you apply it, the child is okay. Another one is napkin rash, or otherwise you call it diaper rash, because in the olden days we do use napkin. So if you leave the napkin for a long time, when the baby has wet it with urine on the butt of the baby, it will cause a rash as in a kind of prickly or reddish rash on the buttocks of the child. And it will make the child so uncomfortable, to make the child to be crying often. And now, since we are not using napkin, we are using diaper. Some diapers are not too good. They are not hygienically produced. So if you notice that a particular diaper gives your child this rash, my dear, you have to change to another diaper until you get that one that, even if the child, there are some diapers out there that even if the diaper is full, the surface of that diaper remains dry. So with that, you find out that that child cannot have a napkin rash. It can never have that kind of rash. But if in a case the child happens to have the rash, my dear, still take the child back to the doctor, and the doctor will prescribe what you will use on that child. Then it might be ultimate, it might be drug. It depends on the case. Do you understand? Yes, that is all about common ailments on children. Yes, let us now go to the immunization for children. Immunization is very, very important. My dear, immunization starts immediately a child cries. Immediately the child comes out from the body of the woman. There's this immunization you give to the child. we call this immunization BCG. You can see this newborn child. And what's the meaning of BCG? BCG simply means Bacille Cameti Galin. It is a French word. It is a French word. This vaccine originated from French, and the vaccine fights against tuberculosis in children. Yes, that is why immediately this child is giving birth to, immediately they will give the child that vaccine. You can see this woman or doctor trying to give this child the vaccine. You can look at it. He's trying to give the child vaccine with the syringe. This is children's syringe. Because the child needs it to prevent the child from having tuberculosis. If not, if somebody that has tuberculosis has to come and visit the child, this child will be infected with tuberculosis. Is that taken? So we call it BCG. Remember the full meaning, as I said it is called Bacille Camati Gallen. That is the full meaning of BCG. And a child can be taking this vaccine immediately after birth, or it can be taken at 2 months. And as the child is taking it, then the first dose of DPT. What's the full meaning of DPT? DPT simply means diphtheria and pertussia. Diphtheria and pertussia. Yes. That is the full meaning of DTP. Diphtheria and pertussis. And it's for prevention of diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis. Yes, it's for the prevention of diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis. Yes, it prevents the child from, for instance, if a child has any cut, maybe during the process of giving birth to that child, maybe doctor mistakenly cut the child. This injection will automatically help the child. Do you understand? This injection will automatically help the child in preventing the child from not having tetanus. Are you getting? From not having a kind of diphtheria. Diphtheria that if the infection enters through the cut, it will be making the child to convulse or to have a kind of strange feeling. And it is not good. That is why they prevent it before time. Yes, that is for BCG. The child at birth, it can be given at 2 months as well. Then the first dose of DTP, first dose of polio vaccine. We all know what polio is. Polio is the disease that will make the leg or the hand of the child to be tinier than the body. It's a very dangerous disease. It is a very dangerous disease. Another one we'll look at, I've talked of polio. Now let us look at the vaccine you can give a child at 3 months. At these 3 months, you give this child second dose of DTP. Do you understand? Still the same immunization, but the second dose. The child has to take second dose of polio vaccine as well. Are you getting? Because as the child is growing, they make sure that they give the child the vaccine that will be equipping the child in the environment where she or he is growing. Are you getting? Now, let us look at the vaccine for 4th month. At the 4th month, the child is to take the 4th dose of this DTP and 3rd dose of polio vaccine. Are you getting? You can see that it's dose by dose, dose by dose. The quantity it took at the first uh, month is lesser than the quantity it will take at the 2nd month. So the higher the child grows, the higher the vaccine it takes. Do you understand? And all these vaccine, don't say, I don't have chance for immunization. I cannot go. My this, my that. It's you owe your child immunization. It's very, very important because nothing must happen to that child. If anything should happen to that child, you will have yourself to be blamed. So nothing must happen to the child. Now, at 9 months, that is when you will give your child measles vaccine. Let us look into our vaccines. We have talked of BCG, we've talked of triple vaccine, that is the vaccine that take care of diarrhea, tetanus, whooping cough, and polio vaccines. They give it to children as well, that is at a particular age. Then smallpox, we have what we call chicken pox and smallpox. They equally give the child at the age of 9 months. Do you understand? Some they will give you first those 4 months and the remaining at 9 months. Is that taken? Now, my dear wonderful students, I want to employ you that each time, because as you are growing to adulthood, whether we like it or not, you are growing and you will keep growing to the best of your knowledge. You will keep growing with the wisdom of God. They say, even the Bible said that my people perish out of ignorance. We don't want you to perish out of ignorance because someday, one day, you will grow to be a mother. You will grow to be a father. You, a father, if your wife did not know the importance of immunization, you are to lecture or to sensitize the woman on how to take your child to the immunization. Let her know the importance of this immunization on these children because it helps them to grow healthy. Is that taken? All right. Now, as you are growing, anything you see or you finally, after your university studies, you got married, any signs you see that you don't understand on your child, please rush back to the hospital. Don't wait for any hereby advice. Rush to the hospital for your pediatrician to take care of your child, and that will do you more good than harm. Do you understand? All right. With this, I'm bringing it to the end of this class, and I would like you to go to the online, key in, and write the comprehensive notes of this topic. Remember, do the assignment that follows. Very important. You know, Mrs. Hodima will always ask for her assignment. I will always ask, where is my assignment? Please do my assignment and read. Get ready for your CV test. Very soon, we will be writing your test in no distant time. And I want to still wish you well. Always stay safe and read. Watch your video clips and take good care of yourself. Bye for now. I still remain my humble self, Mrs. Oduma Vivian, your home economics teacher. See you in our next class.